Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to do a little sketching with you on some fun just labels, just the fun little labels that they're like 4x2 labels size, like right here. This is a little label, and then I want to show you guys how to make this little booklet, this cute little booklet. So I want to start off with, I have this inspiration from the Creative Cove, and Michelle is her name, and she does a great job. Go check her out. I'll try to post the link down below, but she does like different sketches for botanical, the flowers, and then the mushrooms sketches, and she does a little sketching. So it's really fun. And today I want to show you guys, I will do a little sketch of a tulip for you, because that seems to be the easiest one for me. But I did it, I followed her video and watched her and did some of these little sketches, which are great for, you can make it for junk journal tags, little booklets. You can put it on and do little belly bands with them and stuff, and so they're great to have. So let's get going here. Okay. So what I did is just ink around. I just did some inking all around with my vintage photo is what I used. And then I just took my dauber and just like this, just to grunge it up all the way around. Okay. And I'm gonna put that there so I can reference to it. And what the pen I'm gonna use, you can use a pencil, a pen, whatever you're comfortable with. And this is a Prismacolor Premier. It's just a Prisma pen, and it's a 08 is what I'm using. Okay. And what she did is we just start with just kind of an egg shape like that. And then do another egg shape on the other side. And I'll try not to get my hand in front of everything. And then just a little like that. And the cool thing about sketching is if you want to make it wider, you can. Because I want to bring the bottom together more. Like that. And then just kind of scribbly. You don't really need to make it perfect lines or anything like that. And then you got two little bumps in the back, little peaks, just like that. So then that's the top of it, and then you just start forming it like this. And then you could go down to the stem. Needs a good stocky stem like that. And then just start shading where you need it. Just under here would be some shading. And textures. So this is just a quick, simple, no pressure, and just kind of put some textures throughout. These are in the back, so a little bit darker. Like that, and then they just got big leaves. And then you just go with the curve, like how I'm curving around, just like that. So you go with the way it grows. So like curve around and go up. Just like that. And then you just find where your shadows would be and just do it closer to the stem here. And you can see it's just a bunch of scribbling until you get it right and how it feels. And you could throw this away if you don't like it, and no pressure with it, you know, just however you want to do it. So there's my fun little quick sketch of a tulip. So That's pretty fun to do. And you can keep shading it and do that. And then what I did is took some watercolors and I just watercolored in the inside of it. But you could take colored pencils, you could do Crayolas, you could do anything, or just leave it black and white, which is fun to do too. Okay. So there's a fun little quick sketch. And what I want to do with you guys is make a little booklet here. So I just took some scrap pages and a little index card, a little rainbow. I thought it was cute. And I used a paper bag. And then I just cut it out. Just like that. No measuring, nothing. I just kind of just cut it out however I saw fit. And then this little watercolor I did on a video, and I'll show you guys how I did it. And I made some really cool journaling cards with it. And I'll show you the technique. I'll put the link down below and show you guys how I did this. This is my tribute to winter ending and spring beginning. So I'll put that down below. And so I'm cutting this. That's what I'm using is behind here, is to cut it up and use it. And you can use it for journaling cards, tags, belly bands, pockets. I'm using it for the back of the... just like here, I put it back behind for the cover, so we can have it for the cover. So there's that. So I'm just taking this, putting it down, and let's see. I think I want to use the Cosmo. I think the Cosmo would be fun to use. So we need to find something, and you don't have to, but I thought it was kind of fun to put this behind it, just kind of wispy. If you could see it, it's just the wispy netting back behind it. So I have some of that right here. Whoops. I got some of that right here. And this stuff's fun. You can even dye it. Like you can take your sprays and do some dyeing with it. Like I have some Rit dye that I use, and I've showed you guys in videos. It's just a fabric dye. And it's liquid form, and it's called Rit dye. And I just put it in a spray bottle, just concentrate. I don't add any water or anything to it. And so this would be kind of fun to do that. And I think I did yellow, camel color, and something else. I don't remember. It's like, it's a really cool color though. But I'm thinking, let's do that. So this I'm just cutting to size here, as big as I want it. So I never know what I'm going to do as I start the camera, but I think this would be fun. I'm just getting out some parchment paper so I don't get it everywhere. And let's just do a little spritz. So you can barely see it. So if we take it and just spritz it. Make it so we can see it. I can't even pick it up. I don't really want to get it all in my hands. Because Rit dye, I mean, it's pretty permanent. I mean, it just gets on your hands. It's just a pain in the butt. Take it off. But I just kind of wanted to bring a little color to this. So anything you're using, like this netting and stuff, is nice to just give it a little color. That's the color. Just kind of, where it's just subtle enough, but it'll make it so it's not stark white behind it. So there. I can't really tell, but it definitely looks better. Okay. Move that out of the way. Now, let's go ahead. I think we could just go ahead and use it. Okay, so what I was gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch just around my background here. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch this really quick. And also I want to give you guys other options what you can use, not just RIT dye, but you could do tea, coffee, avocado, like, you know, boiled avocado skins in the pits. And you could do that. You could do onion skin. You just dye the onion skins, like you boil the onion skins and then drain them. You could do that. So there's all kinds of different options you can use for in a spray bottle or to dye with. Okay. And just easy, cheap alternatives. So let's see. What I want to do is I have this, so this is what it looks like. We got that. I'm going to put the sticker, I'm going to put this down, then I'm going to put the sticker on top of it, and then I'm going to go and sew just to secure it. So this is what I did. So let's do the Cosmo. I think that would be pretty, huh? We could do the Cosmo, or what if we did the mushroom? I think the mushroom house. These little mushroom houses are fun. I really like it. I want to ink it first. So I'm trying not to get my background table super gross. I'm trying for a little bit. I mean, it won't last long, but let's see. So these three, I looked and watched her do it, and then these two I did myself, so I signed them. So let's do one that I did. Let's do, I like this one. Let's give it some inking here. It's just better than stark white. I don't know. I'm just not liking the stark white of everything. Okay, and then it's just a label that just peels off. So these are just great to use. Oh, I didn't realize I went over on this side of it, but that's okay. That's okay. So we're gonna do that. And then this I'm just pinching it. Kind of trying to lay it flat so it doesn't have a huge bump behind it. But I want to give it some texture behind it. So let's see. Make sure it's not crooked. There we go. So I just went ahead and that's okay because I'm going to sew it down. But if you guys are not going to sew it down, just make sure you glue really good. Even though it's sticky, just make sure you glue it. And Fabrifix, Fabri-Tac will work great. But I think that's fun, how it gives it just something behind it. We can even go crooked with it. Makes it look a little whimsical. But you could see how you could see it better than this one. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but see, this one's just white, and then this one, you can see it's dyed a little bit. So it just gives it a little bit of something. A little pop. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and just do some wiggly, squiggly lines. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and did that. Got it all sewn around it. And now I'm looking through my handmade paper. I have some botanicals, I put it in it. So I was just trying to see, because for the inside here, I went ahead and put some handmade paper with the flowers in it. And then I did some paint splattering on them, which we could do. Okay. Let's see, I was just trying to see which one do I want to use. It doesn't really matter here. That one's cool, but I might want to use that in something else. So yeah, it's just some fun making paper. I'm gonna make more paper the summer. Summer is a great time to do handmade paper because I could just hang it outside or put it out on my fence and it dries fast, especially here in Oregon when it's like 100 degrees. It's like fast. Okay. So now I'm going to take my papers out. So what we want to do is cover up the inside of the bag. So I'm just going to do this. And I don't mind if some of the bag's showing or even the black words on the inside right here. Doesn't bother me. I never know if I'm going to cut straight. Okay. I got that. I know she's in Vintage Photo. And this is just some of my rose petals that's in it. And then if it pops up like that, I just take my glue, because sometimes it doesn't stick all the way down into the paper. So I just take a little glue, just some art glitter glue, or whichever glue, any tacky kind of glue would work. It's pretty lightweight. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today and getting out all your fun little things to craft along with me. Yeah, but try doing a little sketch. It's pretty fun. Just, you never know, you know? You never know until you do it. You never know. And I'm just going to use the Yoo-Hoo because I'm going to be sewing this, so. I'm just going to do a little tack down. Let's see. Maybe a glue stick will work. It might work. Any old glue. Okay, so I just tacked it down, and then what I'm going to do is go and just sew around like that on the edges. So let's do a little sewing. All right, so I got it sewn just all the way around like that. And what I want to do is little splatters of just, this is 3D fabric paint, and it's metallic copper. And I just put a little bit down like that. Take my water, get it good and wet here. And then you can just take your finger and go like this and do some splats. Just make sure it's wet enough. Like that. So you can do splats. Let's do a little purple. Maybe that'll show up better. It's just metallic purple. So I like the metallic look. I think it's really cool. So let's do a little mixture here. Just gotta get it wet enough. There we go. So you can just do that. However, you can splat it on there. So that's fun. Just gives it a little something extra. And then you can turn it over. Maybe get around the edges here. Just add whatever, just little textures and stuff. So I'm just doing a little watercoloring. We like interest, don't we? A little bit of interest. So there. I don't want to make it super wet or anything. So we can keep working on it. Okay. I think we're good. Fan it around a little bit. Okay. And the next step is to glue. I just went ahead and glued the front on. And I used my Fabrifix glue. Okay. So make sure we got the front cover. So that's the front of the book, or the little booklet that we're making. And then we're just going to take it and glue it down. So we're just making everything a whimsical. So there's no, you know, exact lines. There's no have to do it, measure it perfect. Just doing what you feel, you know. Art should be fun. Doesn't need to be stressful. Okay, let's line it up. Enough. There we go. And we got ourselves a cover. And I think it's fun just to have a little just texture or something. You can even put a piece of lace behind it, or a little piece of fabric. You know, you could do all kinds of stuff. But I just thought that was fun. I think they're fun little booklets. Okay, and now for the inside, I just got a bunch of just tea dyed, avocado dyed, onion dyed, and Rit dyed. I sprayed that with orange, or yellow or orange, one or the other. And I just did some spritzing on it. So it's just kind of fun. Now what you could do is, when you put it in, you can either do the 3-hole pamphlet, which I did in this one. I just took some crochet cord and did that. Oh, I even did some stamping. I forgot about that. Darn it, we should have stamped before. But you could do stamping if you want, just to add texture and stuff. So that's definitely an option. Yeah, let's go ahead. And then what I want to do is sew it. Excuse me. I want to go ahead and sew it on. Just because I'm in a sewing mood today. I'm on a roll. So I just gotta make sure that this isn't in the way when I sew it, because I don't want to sew it down. So I just gotta make sure that's over. And I'm just gonna go and sew it right down the middle. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and sewed it up down the middle. And you got yourself just a cute little whimsical booklet here. So it's fun just to have for just, you know, you could throw it in your purse and have it for a list, a grocery list, or, you know, give it away as a gift, or have it and clip it into your junk journal. You can just put it on the side and clip it in with a paper clip and have it there, and then you can have extra journaling spots. Yeah, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with it, and it's really fun. Or you can put it on the front of a journal and have it hinge off and have it be like the front that flips over. So that could be fun too. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please, if you could hit the like button, that helps me out a lot. And comment down below. But these are what we did here. And try to sketch. Get some sketching done. Go check out The Creative Cove with Michelle. She's great. She's awesome. She's really very inspirational. And yeah, just get out your labels or your paper, your pens and pencils, and just do some sketching. And if you could, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. You guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.